Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, Gambia. Good afternoon, our fellow NPP citizens. Welcome to the first press conference in Team Gitteh for the forthcoming chairmanship elections dated the 17th of March 2023. Before we start this, we will want us to have our individual prayers, and of course, we would like the media to introduce themselves before we have our press conference started. First, we want to thank our surrogates who were with us during the hard and trying times. Of course, as you all know, Gitteh announced his intention to contest for the first coming chairmanship almost last year. We wanted to contest under the placard of NPP. Of course, we all know, as democracy dictates, if one or two people wanted to contest, we have to go on the primaries. On the 8th of March, we went for a primaries that we recognize as the only official primaries. For us, we won the primaries, and we were denied. On the 14th, we went to answer the calls of the key NPP members or the executive on the NPP. For us, we had to have dialogue, and they give us our victory. Unfortunately, that it was the opposite. Today, you will hear from us, of course, from our aspirant, Ahmad Gitteh, how things unfolded and our way forward and our stand. Ahmad, the floor is all yours.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Fellow Gambians, fellow West Coastians, brothers and sisters here present, gentlemen and ladies of the press, great colleagues of Team Gitteh here present, I would like to specifically acknowledge the presence of our mother, Mbamusu, who has been with us for a very long time, from the inception of our declaration of our intent to seek for the office of chairmanship of Brikama Area Council. My name is Ahmad Gitteh, for the records. I was born in Basori, Kombo East, and raised in Gitteh, Kombo Central, now Brikama South constituency. I'm a Gambian citizen. I'm a West Coastian, a very proud West Coastian. As you all are aware, a nation is only built, a society and a community are only built by those that are willing and are selfless, by those who are willing to give their utmost best to society, as it was aptly put by one of the greatest leaders of the United States of America, John F. Kennedy. Ask yourself what you can do for your country and not what your country can do for you. As you are aware, once again, West Coast region is one of the 8 administrative regions of this country, and it is governed locally, and this local government steers the affairs of the people of West Coast. For the longest time, however, there has been a lot of underdevelopments. There has been a lot of difficulties that were impossible to overcome. Factors responsible, of course, are many. As a young man who was brought up here, who was born and raised in West Coast, to very poor parents, farmers to be precise. My mom was a gardener, like most of your mothers. My dad was a farmer, like most of your parents. We practice subsistence farming to feed ourselves and to take care of some other basic needs. And these farmers have a lot of difficulties, go through a lot of problems that under normal circumstances would have been able to be taken care of by our local authorities. Today, you all are aware that I am among very many young people who believe in this country, who believe that this country's well-being, this country's development, this country's progress can only be performed by young people like you and I. And for this reason, I believe after being educated by the taxpayers' money abroad, it is my responsibility to come back to this country and participate in nation building. 8 score months ago, I have decided, after an extensive consultation with members of various communities, that we want to seek for the mandate of our people to lead the local government of the biggest, the most populated, and the richest region in the interest of serving our people. Having declared that, of course, you all are aware that I am partisan. I belong to a political party that I formed with many great colleagues, many senior brothers, and many other people with, I would believe, I have similar ideologies with in terms of national development, and that is the National People's Party. We formed it, and I intended to run on the ticket of the National People's Party. Of course, this was received with a lot of jubilation from both those upstairs or those up there, and of course those at the grassroots level. Of course, until we have decided that there are other candidates and that we have to go through a democratic process to pick a candidate. You are aware that National People's Party, like other political parties, went to primaries across the country to pick their candidates for the forthcoming local government elections. I was one of the aspiring candidates for West Coast region. We contested. I won the elections. I was denied the victory. I challenged with utmost respect, putting forward every tangible reason before the entire world through great members of the press. But it appeared as if those challenges fell on deaf ear. And you know more than I do that a second so-called election or primary was conducted, a primary where a candidate who said he was not part of it, and by law, if you don't want to contest in a competition, your box or your image should not be, anywhere near that competition. Yet they went ahead and put my box there against my will, against the will of every genuine Gambian. And now they've decided that someone else won an election. I believe, and I know millions of people out there equally believe, that I won that election fair and square. And not only did I win that election fair and square, but I'm equally a better candidate when it comes to representing that party. But with all that, we are denied. We are here, and our purpose of this conference is very easy. We have gone back to our people to consult again with them, and as you know, we are servants of the people. And it was the people of West Coast, particularly the young people, who believe that the young have to participate in politics, because it's about time we realized that we cannot leave matters of ours in the hands of those that will wrong us and will not be there to account for the wrongs they have done, should they be needed. And after this consultation, it has been agreed unanimously, and of course extensively, by Gambians who are just and believe in truth, whether it's through culture or religion, that my victory was stolen, and that they want me to seek for the mandate from the people directly. And we've come today to announce to all of you happily and very comfortably that we are indeed participating in this election. We are going to contest. We are going solo, and we believe Gambians from all spectrum of life, from all walks of life, from every section of our society believe that we have this right and that we should seek for this mandate from our people. So, ladies and gentlemen, we hereby announce to all of you that Ahmad Gitteh is contesting for the chairmanship of Brikama Area Council that is slated to take place in May of this year. We are grateful that you've come to answer to us, especially members of the press. Fridays are very tight days. Calls were, coming from all angles, from all corners of the world to give us encouragement. And we believe that this is the best we can do for our people that educated us, people that sent us overseas to go and get the best of education. We owe it to the people of the Gambia, particularly the people of West Coast. And we thank you, members of the press. I'm going to say this in Mandinka very briefly, and we will have somebody who will speak very briefly in Fula, and we'll have somebody that will speak very briefly in Jola, and then I'm sure the MC, Master of Ceremony, would then allow the media houses to ask their questions. Bismillahi wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah. Mbadin Gambian kolu, mbadin West Coast kolu, Birkama, kumandam marabanko molu, kabo kallaji, fonyi, kadafo Senegambia, hoteloto, Katong, Sukuta Gunjur, Kombokiti, Basori, ngalbe kontong, falbe Gambia banko kanjam falbe banta. Ali akalam daleko, funding keya, ani responsibility jamale nat. Bankola dokuo, bankola nyatota, bankola kairo bukatano funding keol kom. Momo muslimoti fang yeolon, dina mol kafole. Anabio moli ke funding ke malle ki adum funding ke olumi alonko ntebe wolle kono ngajero kele kon na banko sign wato sidalen kanatu kebal damma bulu yenna banko la fannal taring ye nyaton kaya bayring nin tinyaro kede o kebal bulu sinya jama janni wato kasi moliye murun kan kafoye ko aliye nyinti nyarol ka katare fata walla I hakilol fangol te balol bala ke baya kama bare nimmo be funding ke yato a participate banku do ko to nay tinyaro ke a tinyaro ninyin kar wato sita adama ya miroto amario katarajel ntol nak Gambia bankole enki e ko ngata karam ndara karam wala nganna londo sodo alhamdulillah bari yanki min kama walem nge iki kodo minna ntolu senelalu nanyolu nimbaba nyol ka do kundingol minke ka namol jo wo kodo yewleta yanki ngada karawal bari ya kanyin dalilo le kama ni karante pareta nak isina yana ye bulo kafu banku do kuma nde Ahmad ngandanku walla laftanala pour kana West Coast wuluta damen ngana nga palaso nyini mimu Birkama Area Council mansa kundare ngo palaso naton koti pour nga doku ke nga molla baluo nyin nga yirwandi ngela alhalol faling londindingola anin hamomi yalon ko ngaso bari nak lafte o kala nim parti ole toyala parti o mi yalon ko ndenga ole lo nimol kafta nyoma mo jamal nga parti ole kafo mi ko National People's Party nata nyim banko kan bari jannin kana nganyin kibaro di nteri jamala aninna alfalu niminu be parti killing mo jama kontanta kola ya foko ibe lolam fel bayra alhamdulillah rabbil alamin ijigita nyinna kon senyim palaso nyin samaranol bari aliyaje nata mo jama kotem fana lafta palaso nyinna ko demokrasi ya fo nyame e konya ko alngata andam mangol yeta nga quartier fay mbadi ngol ndam mangol tema badi mbu nimmin ganyeta oto nseta mario ta nge tambin ku jama keta jannin quartier fayo kasi mo jama ya kalamuta bari nak ndata quartier fayo la nganyeta bari alfalu min bije i balantan na ganye wala e kom man ganye e kom man ganye mpana balantan kon ganye tala nye challenge bari kanyi min foten atol be yalo ne dunia bele yaci bari nak sembo ten na pour ka forcer to busila nkachata koteke yen kumandi ko ngatan danku yin talata tambila ntata kan danku e ko ngata carte foyla ngoy ko ndata carte foyto mo buka ganye carte foyle e ko aleta carte foyo commencer koteke o manke siloti luwane ne mof bari bitum ndenganda bondije bari forcé o kono sembo kan again ngondate carte foyo adu luwato nimmo ma dabula carte foyo o mala nyandoldi e kana la keso wala la natalo ke ya dabula ndi carte foyo bari adama dimu bele nyando so do banko la luwato ko imalla fi minna wo manyana lale kan nganda bondi carte foyo bari na parti o mol mi yalon kon denga mira tonya molle mo motili ndingol lelmu inata na ye keso chika mi yalon ko yendela natalo kije natalo min koy ko alkana kije ibalanda ilota yenna keso londi ya londi pareta e koy carte fayo le ke bar carte fayo nyindo e konde man gagné e ko modole gagné bitum murun tan na mol kan min yalon ko kabiril lafta ka nyim palaso nyinen ni wollel kacata banko dulal to taring dunia be ya foko min ketela amanke siloti anin muslima manta anin kristiyaniya manta anin ada kendo manta adum anin na banko la luwal manta sembo doronnem anin tilimbaliya wala ketaje adum mo kendete la filawol inata nyim fonya kontol laftale yen na nyim palaso ya nyinin bari hani la parti o yeta mandin kol kamin foy ko jio la bandula mu jungole kototi the end result minni alon ko wollel be mo tombon na mimbe nyim palaso marala wolon dolti foy tata nim parti o la bang foy manta nim parti o la bang ntollel ka carte o fay dolle ka mol kije woton tol lafta e tele la puru yena ifana ye dabula nyinyo saboto nyim palaso nyini woto ngandanku o mol la kuolale natal kumandi jang kay tanda ko ahmad dita nala kafo molu kambendale ngandanku mol lale ka fo ko ntolube nyim palaso nyini nale paretale mbitam fangoye mbelolam fangoye adun gambia din kendo bela e makoyron sulatala adun mbelola la kabirkama area council la nyindula nyinin bayring ntol ngaminje wala munyim banko molu wala west coast banko dingolu na alfalu kela baluwol betandi kela alhalol yirwandi naka doku wala fannala bang marseol la fannala bang dindingol la karambu njola fannala bang silo la fannala bang anim fenjama environment dandangol la ñil bemu kuti mi yalon ko hani loptani ndingol la fannala health center ndol ñil bemu fenneti mi yalon ko ngaje ko nyantale nganda dum mansa kunda ringol la maraloto isaje molla nafamu minti nsa sambayna molla iriwa mu minti nsa sambayna wala mun to langani yoti momorandi e kuken na minni silo manta ngawotu alale bulu ani wo molu amantora mfelen natal kan mbe diamulale dunia karo bela through members of the press mbal tentula atol min fanal be sirin jang alla na kan arjumo kadete bake mo jamale benun lafirin kana bar jumo deteta yo gambia nol fana alhamdulillah wato do e ka tarde kana mol bina kan bari nga mo be tendu minu bijang ka foye ko ahmad jite be lola fangoyle abe birkama area council chairmanship nginilale inshallah ngal tendu ngal jayi atol min ma beta jang ngal tendu ngal jayi atol min be jibe rola fo jannin ning journalistol be ñinin kaari nin jabir kaca sorolangal tendungal jayi wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so very much, our chairman. I think it is loud and clear to the entire world, to the Gambians, that Team Ahmad Gitteh is going independent. What we're going to do now, because what we realized, most of the electorates were misled, because what we were, the language that we were using was all along in English. We want to translate all these languages into either Mandinka, Fula, and Wolof. And we have our Jola guy, Honorable King Koli. We want you to translate every bit of thing here that is said in Jola. Can you please help us?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Njamde saf bukanak tu kami dede di saf bukanak tu kami dede West Coast. Isaf wi ban di senu fu juma fanu lo ngami jat. Jike ja oli kurege mi team Gitteh. Ama Gitteh de olla ati West Coast, olla ati Brikama South. Dai sei sen kambang kama kanomi kom koko mi mbanga place atende Brikama Area Council chairman. They send the Patiala and the Pulum Yankurega National People's Party, MPP. Matiko Amamang, Mankungaro, be a candidate only, de bu election ayam de bile, yati chairmanship. But Nanda Safer Maban, Patioli wandereg mi yoyonomi, Dambukanka Jubo Safere, Mubejo election yolu keo, Yankurega primaries. So Amajita Dakor Majo. Nandari mi bo on the 8 ku kanayo nan fulenga faket mi nan fu baj mi fu tok di fu tok di kulay ku feji noko kami primary sekilia nan ko kami ama Gitteh o akati bu ko tu bananda katimi di kone o wanda katimi unde ulegenut victoriala di ko ngayo man kone kulagn on the 14 man kulanko kam primary yake bare ul du sese madiko primary sekilia ulle dukan parce que first primary sen dukami ulunde ulu kate buko tu ul bajebo man ku selli victoriele li mbu jobot bananduri mi bo ku sentuli de kone ay apalol o akato bara uli d'accord tio mo kan jat donc bu kanak tu man ko bim ku jam fujuma fawlu ngami nya fujuma fawlu ngami kaysen tade ka commencé kallaji katon jomande burfudu tout bukano sankondere di West Coast bukano sankondere Brikama South bukano sankondere Brikama North sani mentri all yundum busumbala jomande bu foñi tout olum koy sem bukanak madiko Ahmad Gitteh de adunjum ban election am de bilay ol buta jow solo ol buta jow independent or be kan independent candidate woto olom de kay sem bukanak tout kurima kan kondere ge bab ten jakum ji jam ko mbiji mañmadi ko Ahmad Gitteh da junjum o bebil anyolula ji juma manu rambenalo mana gagne manande mana nga place oyu ka do nga ja place oyu o bu karamben bukana kan lu mañmi ku sola karamben u jike ja West Coast yolla wa fo jube o dere bare olamba chama wankurege mi endai tax u chama ja o bana chairman amito dibukana kola kulanyu leri tendai taxaklan du chairman in a form of development by Ahmad Gitteh ajalo jadi si programme sola ajalo jadi en karambenka juboy kadu Gambia uye masakundala ye bonyo majo mante ukalulu may makara akara nga leñu banda leñu nakara ma banda leñu nyana dalalon dara wanda karami woda mangi kayisen mbaram mem bukana kadi Gambia dara mem kana kadi West Coast woto jafu juma fakila du ungare jat bi kayisen bukana tuma diko ama jite da pare be jum ban ula tu mite kana mite rambeno mana win inshallah.
We thank you also very much, and we just want to acknowledge the presence of Team Gitteh, the lions behind this move. We have Honorable Dumbuya Pasanyang, of course our chairman. We forgot to introduce them, but nonetheless. And we have Bunjato Jata, we have SG So, and Honorable Sani, and Ba Musu. Our aspirant had said everything. He quoted John F. Kennedy. I just want to compliment. John F. Kennedy in 1960, he said, "A country whose young men and women are in constant rate of slumber will never realize her potentials." I believe it is high time, especially the people of West Coast. It is high time for the youths. It is high time for average electorates in West Coast region to participate in politics. How do we do that? It is to take out the ownership. This gentleman here, in his prime time, around the upper basics, he was sponsored by Brikama Area Council. He said it, that he was not sent to go and learn and to stay. That is what we refer to as brain drain. We have seen a lot of people, a lot of elites who are staying outside the Gambia, in UN, you name them, serving the international world. Ahmed said, no, I have to come back at my youthful state and serve my country. And where are we starting from? West Coast region. Musid be halplar on calminama, on jurama, on manama, on mantama. Ɗum woni team Ahmed Gitteh. Ahmed Gitteh o wi mbo jifna ɗo wiyete Basor o nayi kombo kiti ko politicien noon ko gila ko suka ko gardiɗo gila ko suka ganduɓe Ahmed Gitteh ɓe gandi wondama o ko gardotoɗo tan ko gila Jamisa primary school Jamisa upper basic e Nusrat senior secondary school o yahi Canada o arti o wi mbo faala place mo gandantuma woni chairman Brikama area council ko falano noon woni ɗaɓɓude he o place nder ticket NPP par ce que mbo gemi mbo hooli wonde NPP ko kamen darni NPP. Ahmed Gitteh wi si taw a konti yimɓe jow hande nder NPP, si taw a yi konti nder yimɓe jow darnuɓe NPP, sa kontani mo nao jobo mo ko kanko. Nden noon o wawa yaade darade dula goɗɗo si taw wona NPP. O fuɗɗori noon darade nder NPP. O ɗaɓɓi place o he inde NPP. Allah waɗi noon NPP is a democratic party. Wonde tawi yimɓe jeego ɓe poti ɗaɓɓude o place. Tawti kanko Ahmed Gitteh. Min jehi ko angal wiyata ko primaries. Minen noon min gemi wonde primaries o ko min gañiɓe primaries o. Par ce que min kemno delegates ji 81 capanɗe jeetati he goo delegates ji sa hawridini delegates ɗi fof ɓe keeɓi capanɗe jowi Ahmed Gitteh heeɓi capantati he goo ɗum ɗon in simple majority Ahmed Gitteh wondi elections min o wi kam noon mo gemi wonde si taw a wini elections a noddatake kadi mbiyeɗa ya darto kadi elections no two election can go when you already won the first elections o wi o jaɓata ɗum te min jaɓani NPP noon ɓe jeehi ɓe mbaɗi primaries goɗɗo pour ƴeftude candidate maɓɓe Ahmed Gitteh holliri wonde kanko o tawaka he on primaries to yo o totte natal makko he ballot box makko ɓe cali ɗum woni gardiɓe NPP ɓe cali joni noon komin kollata jama o wonde wona NPP feroto karta ko jama o feroto karta ko musidɓe wonɓe nder West Coast kamen ɓe feroto kamen darta ɓuranɗoɓe moɓe kooli ɓe gardinamo nder tundu West Coast nden noon o hollira jama o fof bodaro te mo sogli carte ji mon bodaro independent hasa assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين nga setani bay nga ala tentu nga annabi jay mu kontanta bake pour ka si jambi nim banko mo liye diam folo mbeti mo molu kontonna fulanjang mbe molu kontonna min yalon ko ila hajol bulay nate be sirinjang inata pour kela moy kaje kuma kangol la min yalon ko ibe bola nan jite dato andu ngamira wo koyta mobi la janne momo bi jang ngaten tu ngaje journalist ol ngal beten tu ngal jey akata nyen ni ku ya bati anim bala fa bati anim malo nin nata patiyala karola min kata NPP niya je nganyim fo dalilo bennale dalilo mi yatinna dalilo mi yalon ko dalila koyolon fer min keta on di 8 di lomi nan tata primary manya min keta je ayem malu ayen niya kuya ayem bala fa patiyala karola folo mbe gambiano li nyinin kala kabirin adam baro nata campaign ko na dunta carte fayo ko na ni yaya jamme ay yaya jamme wi yaya jamme manson iko nga murum pulo to fom murun taliban fom mamuru mune yatinna gambianolu ajol mo kilingolu amadi jita tata election o win alka murun ko te ka alko nga murun ta carte fayo fo wo mu tonyale fo tilimbal yalo fo tilingolo mba ngap gambianol nyinin kawo nko gambia fondin kelu ali wura ali alte city ali dum politiko kono ali banko mara especially na west coast be koma bakele ni ajibe ni dunta west coast ni dunta jay bota jay ta zigen sod jibe yana muruna yana west coast be develop la nyaadile nimmal la fika molta min yalon ko wollom doku lalti wolle pareta pour ka west coast ti doku nko gambianol alinga kuning politiko kono sembo mi yata yala amad jite kan kala wino nakari wahidun ala wale sembo soto katambi wo mariel ni la fero ni la sembo bela fondinke ya fola ako area council karamo juate ya tata karangola ako ay min karanga se sino jele ngamo jamali jele tata karangola tuta nanje man namuruna ate nyingani soto ko bayri masakundale yankin tata karangola because area council is part of government wolle yaki ya tata karangola akombatu ngamurun kota ngamurun na banko ka ngata na banko doku iko wote kela ila futa munela banko la nyato ta fa ko mata ko mbetula tenne ba nakuma sabanjang ini momi yes kunko la selose aliye murubata alko jambe nyankari nga jada selose aliase mandingol ka fole nun tandako aliye tandako te fa nun kuta aliya la mano sare safra alkal bina mano sarle ko hani mantete bulale yela mano sarija itata mo cikana mi yalon ko ya abalo be kamala bala hana anim fama mankiliya fa anin senala mankiliya ikayete na yana mano fija tonyale be woto ban foto nyati NPP fo abe dadala le ban fo abe tinyala le ban fo NPP ilaftale katanya to ban fo iman la fi katanya to ban mbaje la nyin silole fondinkelu Gambia fondinkelu West Coast fondinkelu alla du no fele de katu ngajele hani primate bla mini bije ngajele nyela ejele ya benyami fo fondinkelu albe politiko bula la tinya fo fondinkelu albe West Coast bula la tinya fondinkelu falbe Gambia bula la tinya alla do ko bal bulo nte maluta bake kabiri nyin ko botala bari Because he who laugh last, laugh the best. He who laugh last, laugh the best. Ahmad Gitteh, you are going to laugh the best laugh. Tonya kang, anin tilingo kang, anin lanno kang. Momi yalon ko fenta bulo kon. Akombata nga bayol ning fuarol makoy. Na jola. Nkadi bayol la ne karamunto dinol bondi jamin yalon ko Ahmad Gitteh le ke sponsor. Niye wol bondi jang ngamira wol fana nga futa nyawnya bala fado yata nyawnya yalon nako mole control sponsor mi yalon ko ima ni wo mari capitalo la area council chairmanship ato ni mi selo se ama fala linke minister ama fala linke director ama fala linke ambassador ako alin area council masakundari ngo dinna ngana de ngado koke iko hani ilafta monela sani nadia mo manta jam fala Sio meta mimbi je wolom Ahmad Gitteh mbalondi la independent candidate. Ahmad Gitteh mbalondi la independent candidate mantan kawo jilala manta andum bayni ka na fenkata yetu alla kundal konkonna suta tili somanda alisina alben terle jele foro mu foro do ronnet foro fulale kaden ye mo bulu wo foro fulol mini denta ye wulu ibe lole la wo foro yale kan ye gambia fondinkel fongo jang kango jangayandi ye west coast kango jangayandi nakumo be dan wasala
abaraka mba musu. Thank you. For the young people, one thing I know, 60% of this country is youthful. We always say this. And most of the politicians, when they come, their major agendas will be youth and women participation in politics. Now we have a youth like us. Mandingol ko mamera folankuda ka fanyadi. Ite kudan lo na ilankudan si. This is a young person. If you want to bring youths on board, the young person himself is here, presenting himself for you. This brought us to the end of the press conference. We're going to allow questions and answers. Do you have anything? Huh? Questions and answers from the media. But first, please, if you want to ask a question, your name and the media house that you are representing. Yes.
Yeah. Let it, you want to say something? Oh, no. Sorry. Nasi.
No, Nasi.
No, it's okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Antemu ladina di maron. Boda nyuyum. Boda na nyuyundum. Okay. Ahmed Mulla Moleti. Na meta le bring kabo 2016 kana. Na meta le kabo 2016 kana. Kana po 2021. Na ku jamal lege. Nitolle NPP lo. Ali alo nyame bring juna. Do lebenu na Democratic Party na rason to NPP law. So men be kada NPP law sababu di Gambia be alone. Kabona Adam Barola be bodo dulal to non amit fon bodo non dulal to. So ye kol dundi nyamo kono be manta silola ye baro bay parti kono. So biri baro bay UDP ndol na be na nyola. Amet bolo kono fa bu ñoo mo jamal. So ndol bu ka findi mi dalo bagé mol lom bagé bo. Ka do ku jamal ke parti ol karola. So wala keda kuti me ala manta silola wala NPP law men keda UDP kono. So but say ninga je fanan na parti men lo men keda NPP ti ku sifar bina kay kanje ko tanke nyanta jube special funding kel mo men bara parti ko Ahmed Benyamin kabirin be ya jamme kele kan ko dictator sud banjan 2016 kana fo 2021 la mo be o jele so kana so me UDP tinya me UDP fondi ni presidential siron la o kana du NPP kono ko tanke to nyala de dia la kan to nya buka dia bon nginem to nyaade you understand so sa lon fanan ko fine ite parti nyaaron ko adam baro parti nyaaron ko bari mo be de do ko ka NPP lo ni man tara koma yimbe jele so kana so imanya na sonna mistake ko men suru nu kana o udun NPP kono ko tanke imanya na sonna wala so wala na bi don na ja ni ko yale because mbe nga jela 4 fayo kedem amedia win 31 indo 30 so ya ne kare because munem hand pick e candidate ol samana to nyaman dia e candidate ol samana fine bif ka sotole mo be ka mistake so amadi ala mistake so rectifier ay mistake ko so don jamal ko buka bay har ma ding buka tambi wala ya sa bari nyanta men jubela NPP manke maron kundadi amanke Gitteh kundadi amanke baro kundadi amanke silla kundadi ya sa this the hard fact na parti olam anu parti fi jol so comme c'est fonni jol be nyami na aspirance candidate jama bi yela fa lola kan solo yalla adi bi del fa jamal fa na solo dinnol dem so ko wala jube ka fi parti la fi jole jube bodi buka ite da mala interest jube so because comme te nga fa ndol benu kafu dolo kono wala mbe bon digi ya sa fonni NPP na lo ba ni nga je NPP bi da ka nyame sainteng amon nyabo wala amon nyabo so hani bi mambo je mbeje ne la fa president baro ni moy kala yali ko ndol bele lo nga dikere si banja la fa na banko la fi jol la fa ni la fa na mbejam you understand lafta banko la feature wala ndol belo kafutama nga NPP lo bi nga jawa du ndaw benun dame boroje nga NPP lo you understand biri woketa fonna na sawo keta ni 2021 so lafta wala continue na de boroje do na party to jam forever be nga jele ANC still existing in South Africa Mandela nata boroje dol nata boroje manke ko ni leader nata is perfect like Mandela no azuma jele ya samba kiti la dol tata kiti la you understand me? But the ANC is still there. They still produce leaders for South Africa. Left all on the NPP. But ngaje NPP kata nyame. Dol bina ke left out nyala. So na leadership should be very, very careful. Nyande careful la bag. Dia moment dia nyande careful la gibe na party of feature la video party la ni dinu la ben party kono. Ibe left fenan left Gambia la bond la. So ngamme je fondi kelem and I political no. Apareta kama apareta do ko la pour West Coast. You understand? Ntorum badi mgo ban dol be sire West Coast den. So Ahmad Fele, West Coast Nkol, ni manke kuti or whatsoever. Aman lo NPP nyanya, NPP donlem, but a lot of independent, look at West Coast bondi. So mbe mobe dan le control, mbe mobe control na, executive board baby. So mobe control na ba tan le fana ko, mbe mbulobe koma,
Questions?
Yes. Yes, one question at a time, please. Let's set the rule. Your name, the media house that you are representing, and please let the question be brief. Please, yes. Thank you.
Well, my question is, we've seen since you actually come out in the public and inform the general public you're going to apply for the position of chairman in West Coast region. A lot of people within and outside of the National People's Party welcome the news. But then again, we've seen during your primaries, you were actually not chosen as a candidate. And a lot of people are saying it's because of the issue that you had with the first lady. What is your take on, ethnic choosing someone who actually represented their party instead of someone who actually?
Thank you very much. My sister from Gambia Talents TV. We've crossed paths at very many political presidential election. Was I not chosen because of my issue with the First Lady? I don't think so. I don't know. Nobody communicated that to me. I don't know. But I know that the people of West Coast, those that were in charge of selection, selected me. And the judges that were supposed to judge fairly and justly denied me a win. So I believe I am still the winner. I'm the one that West Coast people elected to represent them. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, our Wolof translator wasn't here. So we apologize for the Wolof speakers. Yeah. Yes.
My name is Emil Tran. I'm from the Fast Food. So I'll ask two questions, but they will be joined, please. Please, yeah, so the first one is you just confirmed that you are going as an independent candidate.
Yes.
Not only going as an independent candidate, but you are going against NPP, the party you said you are part of the family members.
Yes.
How does this feel, being a family member of the party and now going against that party? That's the first question. The second one is, did you resign from NPP?
Okay. Let me answer the last one. That is the easiest one. Did I resign from NPP? No, I did not. I saw a message circulating, and I also saw a particular media house, posted my resignation from the party. I know it's very tense and all of that, but you know, sensational journalism, should not actually overcome our great aspiring young journalist. There is this fundamental principle of journalism, verifying from the other side to the story, independent verification. They've not, I don't know where that message come from. I am MPP and I will be NPP until perhaps the day they will expel me. How do I feel going independent when I'm a founding member of the party? There is an injustice. If you have a child that you give birth to and love so much, and the child misbehaves, sometimes you physically deal with the child. That's not because you hate the child, but you want a correction for the child. The child might suffer physical pain. Sometimes the child might actually get hurt in the process. The child will heal later, but the objective is to correct the bad and unruly behavior of the child. I believe NPP 90% is in agreement with me. Less than 10% of NPP is going with the decision of those that conducted the primaries. They handpick an individual at their own will. But this is not the will of the majority. And I believe going independent is giving those aggrieved party members that I worked so hard with to build this party to find a place to express their dissatisfaction and their disagreement with the leaders of the party. So we are going independent, and this will create an avenue for NPP to come and we win the elections and move on as NPP. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yes, Fati.
Yes.
Madam, you have asked. Yes.
And you can ask, apart from, ask any language. We will try our best to,
Anyway, I am Parliament from the LSTV.
Yes.
I equally want to have two questions, but also I'm going to fuse them together. My first question is, Mr. Gitteh, you've just made an announcement that you're going to run solo as an independent candidate.
Yes.
And you must be aware of the financial challenges running as an independent candidate. How are you going to gather those fundings for the campaign? The second question that I want to ask is, we've had a lot of unconfirmed stories on social media that Team Gitteh have threatened to release some nude photos and videos of some of the ministers of the current President Adam Barrow's administration. How realistic is this? And have you also come across this? If yes, how are you going to react?
First question about financial challenges. Of course, politics is expensive and it requires a lot of resources. And of course, we'll be reaching out to everybody. This is a people's movement. and we will reach out to our mothers, our friends, including you, $5, $10, whatever amount you can to move on. But the most important thing about this is that it is the people's will that is bringing me here. So we need finances, but it's not going to be the primary factor to determine this election. People will sit in their houses. When time comes for them to go and vote, we believe they are going to vote for us because they believe in us. And for us, the end result is what matters. The election day, when people will go to their polls willing and understanding that here is a young man who is not only treated unjustly, but here is a young man who loves his country, who loves his people, and is willing to give his utmost best to elevate, to better the conditions of our people. So that's the first question. Second question, whatever you're talking about, I'm not aware. Nude photos of people. I'm a Muslim. I'm brought up from an Islamic family. And let me tell you that personally, even when I was very active in media, so many nude photos of so many great men and women in our society were sent to me. But I've made to every single individual that sent those nude photos that anybody that send this to me, La'natullah alayk, may Allah curse you for sending somebody's private part to me. I am not a type that does that, and my people are not the kind of people who do such things. I'm sure if they want to, of course there may be people who receive them, but distributing them, if we are such people, those nude photos would have been out. And I don't think any of us, genuine Christians and Muslims and well-mannered, cultured people from very good families will do that. We are not into that. Those are distractions. We are focused on fixing the problems of our people. And that's why we are out to.
Yes, your name and the media house.
Thank you so much. My name is Gitteh. Mr. Gitteh,
Yes.
shortly after this press conference, I'm sure the executives of the NPP are watching, probably even the president. After this press conference, if you are invited by President Barrow, they are the ruling party. They can offer you a job. They can give you any position, just to ensure that you don't contest against them. How will you react to that? Because a lot of people believe that you can be invited by Barrow, already have seen on confirmed news that you can be offered the admin secretary of NPP.
Thank you very much for that question. First and foremost, like I said, I'm a founding member of this party. Nobody is unaware or is, let's say, in darkness when it comes to my contribution to electing Barrow in 2021. I don't think there is any Gambian who has interest in politics and that individual is not aware, especially in West Coast, about my contribution. We won the elections in December of 2021. It's 1 year, 3 months. It's 2023 March. If Barrow is interested, or if this government is genuinely interested in inviting Gitteh to contribute to the well-being of this country, to the development through a position, why would they have to wait until this scenario happens? How many people did President Barrow employ directly or indirectly since we won the elections? Hundreds. You wouldn't say all those people are more qualified than me. You wouldn't say all those people are more loyal to him than me. You didn't say all those people did more than me in terms of bringing him to power. Why did they wait until today? And the second thing is, it's not job that brought me to this country. I have a job with Canadian government, a country that is 100 times better than Gambia. And wallahi, I receive $6,000 per month. What job in this country will give me $6,000? No. I have come because I want to serve my people. I want to be given an opportunity to be in charge of the affairs, to root out corruption, to make sure we gather the funds of the people for them genuinely and elevate their situation for better. Ntebama, let me say this in Maninka. Ntebama kabirinte dinding, akanaka doku oleke. Ala nako na ya doku animbama jamal minika naka doku oke. Ila naka doku eka minke hanibi. Ila alhalol man falling. Ila situational man falling. Economically, mune atinna. We do not have conducive environment created for them by the authorities. Many along ka tax jo wallea. Ndo lafta wale stop. Lafta nga marse kendol sodo. Lafta nga loptan kendol sodo. Lafta nga sila kendol sodo. Lafta nga scholarship opportunity di dindingolla. Nilal mu fendi funding kewlo min bijang. Lafta entrepreneurship funding kewli e dadung. Do kuolto. Nse kodo gada nga kodol di funding kewle business olke. Nanyol la gadi nolto nga jiol sambaje. Nga cold store dulal ni alon ko niye wa afroke ila firfe on naman sambir kama marsoto istano ya mabo ay lokunke wala karo ayatara mantinya ndol nga nyim mirol le soto yang karandi wala tubabu du laftana la wala kafo jo inde manna palasi nyinna jam manna palasi nyinna. So just to conclude, if Barrow or anybody in the government wanted me to participate in building this country through an appointed position, they would have. But an interesting part of it is that if a founding member of NPP, as Ahmad Gitteh, can seek for a position through a democratic process against an individual who is unknown, who is not a member, and participated zero to the party, if that individual can be given Gitteh's victory, any offer that is made, the hate, the plot, whatever is in the background, which is, I know, is not out of goodwill, whatever the reason is that made these people steal my victory and gave it to my opponent who is not an MPP member, billahi, if they give me a job, it's going to be the same plot that they will have against me. I am in the party, and as far as we are concerned, once again, the plight of my people, the well-being of the people of West Coast is what I'm interested in. Whatever job they have, I am the winner. If two people go in for a competition, the winner goes away with the prize. If you sympathize or you like the loser, console the loser. Give the loser consolation prize. Whatever they want to give me, let them give it to Seedy and give me back my flag bearer, my position that I won. I don't think they will invite me for discussion because they know I'm not supposed to be invited to be giving a job. I'm supposed to be giving what I work hardest to achieve, and that is victory. Thank you. Yes. Yes.
This media is a unique online platform.
Okay.
You see yourself as a victim of political conspiracy against the backdrop of a denied victory that you secured for NPP's first nomination. It may never have a good effect on your campaign as an independent. Do you see any chance of victory from May chairmanship election?
Yes. If I do not see a chance of winning, I will not participate. So yes, I've always been, by the grace of Allah, the choice of the people. In fact, that was why I got 31 votes. I came to this country and spent 2 weeks here. My opponent was picked and prepared. A lot of money was given to ministers, cabinet ministers, to NPP executives, and in fact, to the governor of this region, and the chiefs were involved to politic for my opponent. Months, yes, Ceesay, for months. In fact, delegates that went to vote that day were called at their various constituencies by chiefs in those regions that the president says, quote unquote, they should all vote for Seedy Ceesay. But with all that, NPP members voted for me and I won. So, I mean, that shows the overwhelming majority of the party are with me because they don't know whoever they brought. He is not a member of NPP. Everybody in NPP knew about that. So I have a very good chance of winning. Inshallah, yes.
No, let us please, yes.
I'm Joseph Fendi from
Yes.
My question is, looking at the Brikama Area Council, as you said, is one of the biggest. It's the biggest, let me say, but also the fact be told, it's one of the dirtiest, councils so far. Right now, if you enter, into the garden, you will think that there's no, cleaning, going on. If in case you are lucky to be elected as the chairman of Brikama Area Council, what are your mechanisms or what are your plans towards the management of this waste, in the council?
Thank you. There is a wise saying that a healthy nation is a wealthy nation. And part of I have 9-point agenda. My policies and programs, I put them on the 9 categories. These will be available to journalists and to the members of the public when we are ready to hit the trade. One of them is about this garbage collection. In fact, I've already engaged people in this section, and within 100 days of my assumption of chairmanship, we're going to get these trucks and we are going to make sure that garbages are properly disposed and collected, and we are going to identify places in and around West Coast specifically for dumping garbages. And we have a long-term plan of making sure that we transform some of these rubbish into some useful recyclable materials, whether fuel or other materials that the community can use. So we are already working on that, and there is already a sort of an agreement with people that would help us with a number of garbage trucks to be able to make sure our places are clean, not only in Brikama. There are places that, there has never been, collectors of rubbish. People are paying 300, some 200 every other day. There are people that are paying $1,000, I understood, every 2 weeks. And it's unfortunate. And these are some of the reasons why Gitteh wants to come in to make sure all those things, services, essential services of local government are delivered, are provided to our people. Thank you so much.
Corruption is one of the obstacles that is stopping the people of this country. If, for instance, you are elected into this office,
yes,
what are some of the mechanisms that you are going to check to make sure that you call corruption?
One of the problems we've discovered through our findings, because as you're aware, you have to be prepared, is that a lot of these rate collections are done by hand. Collectors go through places and collect money, give receipts. Some say they are duplicate receipts. We want to minimize physical contact with cars as much as possible. I am a technologist. I'm a software person. I've been in the West for a long time, and we're also in contact and in discussions with companies that will help us build a robust and efficient way of collecting revenue. But that's not the only way. It's a significant way of reducing corruption. But the other way to reduce corruption is to give incentives to people, train them to be efficient, but also pay them good, collect good revenue, and pay them good money. If they have good money and are sensitized and trained properly, you will not have that much of a problem. We cannot eradicate corruption. Corruption and human beings are one and the same. You cannot separate them. Humanity, corruption is as old as humanity. But we can reduce we can reduce it to a level that is not going to affect our development. So we have a lot of plans in the pipeline that we want to introduce when we come to power. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let us have you.
The
Yes.
lady.
Yes.
You are not fair to the lady. You have many guys and she's the only
Your
one
name
lady.
and the media house, please.
I would like to ask you in local language, precisely in Mandinka.
Fantastic.
Yes, yeah, for young people, we let the amount starting from minister social, and in safely many use, more includes, era opening cow ministry for the second primary school. The same ministers will never tell a cabinet, name falling to Roman. I feel currently local government commissioner of the Yamale allegation local commissioner is an rich fund. Yamana Gitteh and Ganyana, the same ministers, will take the same project plan for you. And the second question is, even in NPP, and yes, NPP, and Patioba Bakan, Mune Gitteh Mune, member incumbent for Songo, for Ayatin Africa, and maybe the same political party challenge.
Question follow wala mu ni minister min betara je ni ganyera ni wala betara do ko foye min ken na sai ite o kala kotek lata nyina la ko nim politiko be kering nyo sabo ka soto mo be se nyo saba aliedu nyol bari nim politiko banta alkabo political party ya alkabo tole nal mo hakili malti ale banko kan alkake minti wolon public servants molla do kulal wala ya tinna nin mol nata parliament UDP a parliamentarian also to GDC ni nata wala na budget ol ka pasno because ibuka fo NPP la manza kundale nyin sambana UDP la manza kundale nyin sambade ka minje wolem molla depensolo nyinti a bete ata le fama bete na bete ata molto aliya pass ndol fana ngani na jiki minister lu jamalu niminu dunta nyola seke political mi choice le sodo mi alonko aninde man killing bari mbe kata molle liya min yentol be bula do kol nin wali yente ta itol be do kola minne ngani jiki ko nte problemo sodola pour nie do ko ke molla nyaato tamu minti anila yirwa pour nga deng nga o sambanan na mole mamiro be kala problem ela kuma kam fula nyaaw ñina kar fula nyaaw ñina tawla do man ha okay okay so ning party ola sanji lulo banta yalong election mu it's periodic wato le kasot moli ñinin ka ñina sinya jama am so mba fala jam sirfo songo sanji lulu le babul sanji lulu aya kele aya bang na ya bang Gambia banko la luwaye Gambia dingo be sembentuya pour e palaso ñin ndol fanan la partio ko Gambia luwaya itandi nyamen partio la luwaye parti dingo be aya be sembentuya pour e palaso ñin mi alon ko quartier fay palaso lem atuta partio la buli badi la jumala itali la jumala bari ko ngafo komando nyamen sirfo aya kata ndela miroto ala kato dangolo wati wo mala no dangolti bari ndenga amira teminke ani west coast sulata minna woni sangoni bankola ndengole mir ndeko ndelafta dunna je sirfo e min samara akunya wuli killing west coast sulata walla adunte lafta kawle samana west coast walati nangam ndunna nje walati nan koy palaso nyin dinna walati nan ba nyinin kan hamole ben hamole nyindi ko sirfo en samba damen ani nyanda tara damen ndeko wo musawni bankolti so wala nangan dadu nanje amanke mo konti amanke mo jawyati bari luwaya siloya dinnale partiola luwa en sembentu ya wala tinamba nyini kam bari bitunde damati nde kola mo worawula wolle le palaso nyini fana ta nata tuta mo jaltema mo lul ndolle nga carte fayo ken de gagneta do tuta do keda second yendala ganye utambulu ya di mimbente noma so ibaje la ko we mi tandi wolom jita damate democracy e min fo moli wala kana alhamdulillah we are at this stage again we skosun kolu mbenyini ndiro keka wala bulani inshallah ibadi la la ne ala sonda baraka ba
Yes.
that's okay
nañini karo minti walam ya ko koy bota political party wala to min keta NPP ifele inata biya kandi dunya la koy lote famo yele bakarto nyinina andi be nyin hamen din ko pour yeke moti mi ya la koy tambi rikama area council la kiyaman sirawo esiya kanyina sai ni de kita moti na ka siwo sirawo kan ite amre NPP mi bi bota je ni na ta pour ni ko ni diam fa ya alseke moti mi ya la ko sirawo ni yambundi kam pour sirawo ni hani be to NPP ya ko be kala moti mi be sonna wala
so nde follow mbe NPP le mambo NPP de longa ko en NPP mun demol bari molu lafta min nante be wala kekam mol lafta jita lale adu mol jeji ko solol ko ninnata mbe kala tonya moti mbe tilin mbe do ko kala nga NPP lo wala kama ndolonga NPP lo ala luwal muminti nga tilin nga do ko ke nga yirwandiro ke bankoy ndekana wol nintolu be lata wo miralola mamira sonka se kewto hannatu memo opposition ode NPP lom central government ila do kuo niye oke imanya neni NPP e problem sot bari ni bota carte fo don ko lo fo niye carte o faye pareta ibuka ke parti oti kotek ika ke molla do kulalti you become government of the people and not a political party so ninte fanan nata ntekela independent today ntekela jita today mbekela mansa kundari ngol la nyaton kolti west coast ja adu luwato wo mansa kundari ngoni mansa kunda banyante bulo dunna nyobulle ye molla baluwo yirwandi molla kole akuo ya bondika sonni be do ko kala mbetara nyokonol ko mubalo ni simkato munal kol mubalo ni simkato I have no problem with it. Yes sir.
Can we have extra two questions? A question or you want a comment?
Yes sir.
Can you
Yes.
allow me more than this? Wait. Yes, please. Pa, can you just obey? Are you asking a question or you are making your name and your meaning? Careful, okay.
Yes.
According to the one vote.
Yes. Ha.
Second day, kada venala, isila silang. Iko mo wala na support. Ida mo kada venala. But until nana de go, second day kada venala, kada delegate mina na state delegate. And when the nana ko de vote to vote. Ya ma de fundo, ya mi be ko mo ko just support, mi be ko anga ta manta. Ya ma mo be ko ma ya ma ko de ko se na ko ajar kamandi. Dela kamandi. Tomako
adama dio kala ni kuya itandi ni sila jamal aseke o moli e nyinna mirako atata nyaonya alin tolunga katabang fonsa ganyendi kotek maybe wala miro molti barintenga minje wala nyindi ko carte fayo nyi manyan kela in fact ndema wo mol bilem molu min be carte fayo kondo kamin mu refrilti wol yalon ne ko luwato adamadi nyanto sodole ye participate carte fayo wala kana participate ni tata carte fayo la hanni lafta carte fayo la itata fo carte buto lota jang ni ko malla fi nganda ke carte auto inyanta bon la jelo mo la nyantol momo e boxo sambande tade boxo yenna natalo kije yo ke fangole de yenna nyanto tale ya tinya ye luwa tinyale ye minke yake symbol la katiji kita ko symbol be minne carte fay mawol bilem yake meomin kama ndengalo ngani kendolom adum be tentulo ngani nyimala mbe tentulo lawo ke bara kendola barin sonda nyinala ko hani fundiri ngolu mol minne carte fay wol natala ka fanya ko itele gagneta adun sondale hani sama ko itele gagneta and never continue. Ndol wala kumada ndol ya.
Sorry, your name, please. Media. Traditional. Can we? Yes, sorry. Can you excuse us, please? Let us communicate with the media, please. No, it's okay. Yes. Are you representing the media? No, the other one behind. Yes. With media.
Voice.
Okay. Oh, voice newspaper. Okay.
And pass. Sir Gitteh, we have seen many prominent politicians who have said a lot of beautiful statements, or at the end of their election into office, they failed the Gambia. They failed the people of the Gambia. I have two issues that are bothering the people of West Coast and the Gambia. Flood and sand mining. Sand mining is an exploitation against the inhabitants of West Coast. Most of the communities in West Coast are vulnerable, yet they are not enjoying the benefits from sand mining. If you are elected into office, Sajite, will you give a plowback to the communities who are exploited when it comes in times of sand mining?
Thank you very much for that question. I think part of my 9-point agenda is this particular issue, environmental issue that you're talking about, and it's very key. I'm a young man, and I equally love environment, and I believe that we have to protect our environment, and we also have to benefit from whatever resources that comes out from our environment. And it's true when you go to the coastal settlements, from Katong all the way to Brufut, there has been a lot of environmental degradation through mining of either sand mine or black sand. I believe that when we come to power, when we assume office through the generous electorates of West Coast region, we are going to work with the Ministry of Environment to look at the policies surrounding these minings in coastal areas, because they are seriously disturbing even agricultural activities like horticulture, gardening around these areas. And of course, when they dig these places, the land is lost, you have a lot of water. In fact, in some communities, crocodiles have now settled in a lot of these places, and these are dangers to people that go to garden. So we believe we're going to sit with the Ministry of Environment, but we'll also involve the village development committees, VDCs in these regions, to have a thorough look at these policies and also come up with bylaws that are in line with the Constitution to help us at least, first and foremost, get back royalties that societies deserve. Katong, since I was young, Katong is one of the places that, supplied a lot of sand to communities. But Katong, what has Katong gained from that? Zero. Millions and millions of dollars. When you go to Gunjur, the same thing. What have you seen in Gunjur that they will be proud of to say, our land that they got these resources from gave us this? It's not there. And genuinely, that should not happen. And we believe, as the people of Combo, especially where most of these things are happening, we need to sit down properly, look at these things with our experts, and make sure the right thing is done. And the right thing that needs to be done, we have to have a study, and a proper study with experts to see what can be done. But I really, really, really feel for our people, and I want to be a champion in the fight against exploitation of our resources.
Sorry, one at a time. Sorry, voice. Can you give chance?
One more question, please, sir.
Please.
In the area of flood, I want him to clear that area because it is hampering the development of our noble people in West Coast. When it comes in times of flood, the people of West Coast
especially our dear beloved town, Ikama, are exposed to flood. So I would want to know, what will your government, talking of your leadership or your office, do if you are voted into office to tackle this?
Again, key in my or in our policies or our agenda for West Coast is a holistic study, a thorough study of not only Brikama, but many other settlements where, unfortunately, because of urbanization, rural urban migration, a lot of people settled on waterways, and water has to move, whether you like it or not. Sometimes you are on the waterway and problems occur. We would like to have a study again and work with engineers, soil engineers, infrastructural engineers, to help us. Of course, this has to be in collaboration with Ministry of Works, where my big brother is Ibrahim Asila. He's from West Coast, he's from Combo. We'll have to do these studies, and we'll partner local government and central government to help, build drainage systems that will help us, mitigate these flood problems. There are serious challenges. Climate change is happening. I'm sure you know. Sometimes you have, uncontrollable amount of rain. This is, part of climatic changes that we're experiencing in today's world. So we're going to have a lot of study in those areas. But then, we have a short-term plan that we are talking about. Maybe when it rains too heavily, there are trucks that, you might have to, kind of drain water and take it to wherever it is, maybe to the ozone, to go and pour it out. But we actually have a policy that we want to present and, discuss with partners and see how we can fix this problem for the whole of West Coast again, not only Brikam. Thank you.
Yeah, in addition to that, I think he will work with experts. He first talk about corruptions. If you look at Senegambia Beach, you talk about gully erosion. This is our area. If you look at both the offshore and the onshore of all the beaches, all these beaches we are marked, you look at Senegambia, there are these granite rocks that are put on the offshore. This was a project that was taken from Senegal, but the project could not even complete because of the corruption that was involved. They will have taken almost 2 tons of igneous rock from Senegal. These people choose to bring 1/3 of the rocks, and the rest of the money they put it in their pocket. So I believe this gentleman have a lot of in store. When he when he bring all those things, the people of West Coast will survive. We want to thank everybody, especially the militants. We want to say on Jarama, Jeringen Jeff, Amite Katia. We want to end the press conference here. Thank you so much, and thank you, media. Thank you.